What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix, and today is Wednesday, which means it's time for a new old school game update. This is actually the last game update of the year, and the next update will be in early January of 2021. Today, we got the Christmas event, as well as some small settings changes and some bug fixes and tweaks to the Trailblazer League. I'll quickly go over the small updates, then explain the rewards and how to do the Christmas event. After last week's settings rework, almost all of the game settings were moved into the new settings interface. Jagex made some small changes to that interface today, but the main change is that they've added a new tab to the main game settings panel for you to toggle your brightness and screen size from fixed to resizable. Previously, these settings were buried into the interface, and a lot of players preferred it to be a far easier option to access. Also in today's update, we got a range of small bug fixes to the Trailblazer League, but nothing really worth me talking about in this video. I will give you guys an update about the league point thresholds though. To get into the Adamant tier, you now need 17.5k league points. For Rune, you need a little over 30k, and for Dragon, it's now 45,000 points. Comparing these to last week, Adamant has increased by about 1k, Rune increased by 2, and Dragon increased by 4k. So once again, those players in the top 1% are still grinding and still making the gap even bigger between Rune and Dragon. Alright, so let's get into the main update, this year's Christmas event. You start the event by talking to Scrubfoot, north of Falador at the crossroads, and this year's event involves stopping the goblins from invading by helping them prepare for Christmas. After completing the event, you get 3 new rewards. First is a new recolor for your player-owned house in a snowy Christmas theme. To change to the theme, you talk to any estate agent and pay 35k to change to the cozy cabin. You get goblin decorations, which you can use on certain furniture in your player-owned house to make it more Christmassy. You can use it on your spirit tree to make it have snow on it. Or another example is you can use it on the rejuvenation pool to freeze it and add a wreath to the bottom. The last reward is a giant boulder that you can wear in both hands, and it sort of resembles a goblin head with some Christmas decorations on it. It's pretty ugly if you ask me. Along with these rewards, you get 2 of each party hat and 2 Christmas crackers, which totals around 75k at this point in time. You also get all of the old rewards from every single Christmas event in the past, so if you've never done one of these before, now is your chance. Most of the old rewards are just cosmetic outfits, except for the Windtumber tree that you can put into your player-owned house. The best looking cosmetic outfit rewards are probably the black party hat, the rainbow party hat, the black Santa hat, and the full Santa outfit. So now I'm going to show you guys how to do the Christmas event, but if you prefer to do events by yourself, don't watch this part of the video. If you're just interested to see what the event's about or you need a walkthrough, here it is. So there's no items required to complete the event. You could bring a stamina potion if you have a low agility level, but there still isn't a lot of running involved. So to start off, you talk to Scrubfoot to the north of Falador. He'll tell you about how the goblins are preparing an invasion. So select the option to tell him that goblins can't just take Christmas by invading. Then you say that you have to stop this, and he'll hint to go speak to the goblin generals in Goblin Village. So make your way over to Goblin Village to the northwest, and make your way to the main house and speak to General Wartface or Bentnose. They start off having a fight about which color armor they like, then tell them that you heard that they wanted to take over Christmas. Then tell them that they don't know anything about Christmas. Then eventually you come to an agreement with them that if you help them prepare for Christmas, they won't invade. You're then given a list of things to ask about, and you need to go through each option here before you can move further with the event. So talk about decorations, then trees, gifts, then lastly food. Once you finish your conversation, head to the west to a new cave entrance into an icy area. Go a little north and grab the sled that's on the ground. Then head to the slope to the west and equip the sled, then click on the rocks on the slope to enter it. This part involves navigating down the icy slope, and along the way there's rocks that you need to avoid, otherwise it slows down your sled. So when you get to the markings on the ground, you just need to make sure you go through the lined tiles instead of the dots. Making your way to the bottom takes around a minute. Once you're there, click on the jump to enter the room to the south. In this room, there's a bunch of red and green fireflies, and you need to click on one of each to grab each color. Once you've done that, squeeze through the crevice to the west, then you make your way out of the cave. So that's the decorations complete, and now for the Goblin Food. Head to the house to the east, and there's a trapdoor there that's appeared. Go down the trapdoor and search the sacks to the west to get rotten meat. Then search the cupboard to the east to get stale bread. Then lastly, search the shelves a little south to get moldy sawdust. Then you click on the cauldron in the middle of the room. Then your character will add each ingredient, and then you're given some goblin stew at the end. Make your way up the ladder and out of the room. Then head to the southwestern room, and inside here is a treasure chest. Click on the chest, and then an interface comes up where you need to select items that goblins will enjoy as a gift. There's a range of options that you can get, and the right ones for me were the steel square shield, the Bandos chestplate, then the goblin mail. After that, you get a sack of gifts, which covers the gifts part for the goblin generals. Then make your way out of Goblin Village and up to the mountain to the east. Next to an evergreen tree is a stick that looks like a staff, and grab one of these, then left click to use it on the boulder nearby to push the boulder into Goblin Village. So now that's all of the tasks done for the generals, so make your way back to their house and speak with either of them. You then need to go through each option again to hand in each of the items that you got, and at the end of your conversation, they'll thank you for helping them prepare for Christmas, and then you'll have completed the event and you get your reward. Overall, I think this year's event was well thought out and pretty enjoyable compared to some of the past events. The rewards are decent as well, with a lot of player-owned house upgrades, but I can't say I'm much of a fan of the giant boulder though. It's pretty ugly to say the least. Anyways guys, that's it for today's game update. If you want to get yourself a gaming mousepad, be sure to check out my merch store linked down in the description. There's 7 designs available now, more than I've ever had, so if you want a cool designed mousepad, definitely check it out. If you enjoyed today's game update video, be sure to leave a like, and if you're new around here, subscribe for more old school RuneScape content. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.